But we're on a journey. We talked about developing our process for continuous improvement. Now we're building our professional engine for ourselves from the ground up, from the inside out. Damon has talked to us about being comfortable with being uncomfortable, being prepared and being confident. So we're on a journey to developing ourselves. We're on a journey to positioning ourselves. Okay? Are you with me? You with me? You with me? Okay. All right. So we're on this journey. We're on this journey, okay? Go with me now. So my next question for the panel on this journey is, how does having a strong identity empower you to lead in a way that begins to drive social and economic change?
Identity? Well, okay. I think we heard a little bit about it earlier from Mr. Graham, and the fact your identity is what you truly own in this world. And understanding your identity is really understanding who you are, right? Understanding what your abilities are, understanding what your strengths, passions, or things that you need to work on are, and developing your skills around that. You understand what those are, you can create a path towards success. Success doesn't look the same for everyone. You know, some of us value more materialistic things and others do not. So understanding what you value, right? Once you understand your identity, puts you on a path to accomplish those goals and maximize your value to your fullest potential. Whether your value is in economics, whether your value is in community development, whether your value is in and around education, or just being a good human being. But understanding your identity is really the key to moving towards a path to success.
And I would also add to that it's not going to happen without this word. I mean, if you don't have this word, you pretty much going to be average. And you're going to be struggling for the rest of your life. The most powerful word in the world is spelled L-O-V-E. You got to have this word. I go back to my man with who fixes cars and loves cars. You can't do that unless you have love. It's impossible for you to be successful. Because you couldn't sustain it over a long period of time. And so the key to, you only have two choices in life. It's either negative or positive, good or bad, will or won't, looking at the glass half empty or half full. Only two. The most successful thing you can do, the most successful way you can start your day is you start with love. And then you make that practical. You organize everything you love in your life. You write it down. And then you learn how to take information, education, and whatever you read and apply it to everything you love in your life. And then you're able to self-actualize your potential based on your passion, based on your talents, based on your skills, and based on your identity, based on who you are. So to be able to organize everything you love around your life, take information, education, make it relevant to that, that's who you are, who you can be for the rest of your life. You can self-actualize your potential, you can organize your talents, your skills, and then you apply that to the real world that you live in every single day.
And I would say a couple things. Number one, coming from San Diego, California, where the population of African Americans is about 4% across the board. It's about 1.3 million. Math majors, 3% of that, you do math. And then I land on the doorstep of Texas Southern University, smack dab in the middle of Third Ward, Houston. One of the blackest cities in America, fourth largest city in America, and the population of African Americans on campus at that time, this was in 1983, was around 98.6% on campus. So I go from a population citywide of 3% to campus-wide 98.6%. One of the things I will tell you about that transition for me was that I had very low self-esteem. As an African-American teenager growing up in a city where you're 3% of the overall population, you don't have high self-esteem. Your self-worth is low. You don't see imagery that looks like you. You don't hear messages of survival that look like you. And so one of the things I thank God every day for is landing at an institution where I saw Black images that helped me boost my self-esteem. Anything that I could think, I could do. Anything that I could dream, I could do. They not only told me about it, they showed me how to get it done. I never will forget Texas Southern University for that, as long as I live. And when folks lie to you and say that's an inferior degree coming out of an HBCU, that's a lie. I'll take it over Harvard any day, especially that undergrad experience. I see one hand raised. I saw one little clap in the back, but that's some real stuff. I would not be where I am today, and I have a master's from San Diego State University in public administration. I very rarely shout out San Diego State. Not that I don't like them, but I didn't grow into a man. I didn't learn how to love myself, and that imposter syndrome didn't stick with me. It didn't stick with me because I know I belong. I've earned the right to be there. Anytime you survive an HBCU, know that you earn the right to take the seat that you want to take. Let me say that again. Know that you earn the right to take the seat that you want to take. And that's what life is about. And that's why I get on the plane and fly all over the country to be as many HBCUs as I can, to look you all in the eye and tell you, you too can become a leader. You too can become presidency. You too can become an owner of a major company. Don't let anyone tell you you have an inferior degree.